The second theory was introduced after having 20 or 30 years of the Keynesian business cycle theory being tried. And when it became very clear that it didn't work, and in fact was making things worse, we needed another approach, another theory. And one was introduced at that time by the Nobel Prize winning economist Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman, who was a monetarist, said, well, the real problem is not animal spirits, but in fact, it's the fact that the Federal Reserve is being too tight with the money. He provided some empirical evidence to show this, and he said what we need to do is loosen up the money when it gets too tight so that the economy can recover. So his theory was that the cause of business cycles was that the Federal Reserve was too tight with the money supply. The effect was business contracted because interest rates were too high. There wasn't enough money for them to fund investment. And the solution was very simple. If the money supply is too tight, loosen it up. And that was something the Fed could do. Now, the problems with this theory are, number one, it doesn't match the data. We have too many recessions that occurred when there was loose money. And we have too many high growth periods when there was tight money. Also, again, is the timing problem. How do you know when to loosen the money? How do you know if the money's too tight or too loose? Well, by the time you find out you're in a recession, again, it takes a while to get the money out into the economy, and by then the recession's already over. Well, it took us 2 or 3 decades to figure out that this wasn't working for the same reason that we had with the new Keynesian theory. It seemed to be working because as soon as they loosened the money supply, the economy got better.